of the nation of Israel.
All right, Shalom. Mr. Brother Quashab coming back at you with another lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give our praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth and rule well. And peace, blessings, salutations be to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel and may you endure to the end, Lord willing. All right, and I just want to get into a quick lesson today. Just predicated on the Lord is coming back to take the kingdom, all right? Because contrary to popular belief, people believe that the Lord is coming back, with smiles, roses, all right, with his arms wide open, all right? But nah, man, he's coming back to take this kingdom and to put in subjection the rulers of this world, all right? We just gonna get some precepts and get straight to the point, and Lord willing to be edifying, all right? Now, I'm gonna start off with the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, all right, verse 20, all right, because it gets the point. It gets the point clear, right? Was it first or was it 2 Corinthians 15 and 24? All right. Now it says, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to our power, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign until he had put all enemies under his feet. All right, and it's talking about Yahushua Mashiach. All right, so when he comes back, he's coming back to take, to really snatch the kingdom out of these devils' hand, man. All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who's in power of this wicked kingdom. All right. Now, when you read it in NLT, it says, after that, the end will come when he will turn the kingdom over to our power, the Father, having destroyed every ruler and authority and power, you see? So, like the brother Kaya did a lesson a day or two ago, two kings can't reign at the same time, all right? Two kings can't rule at the same time, all right? One must overcome the other, you see? It tells you that in I believe Second Esdras. All right, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not gonna get it, but that's simple, man. All right, you can't have two men ruling at the same time. It has to be one subject to the other. You see, and that's exactly what Yahushua is coming back to do. All right, to snatch the kingdom. You see, the rulers of this world. All right, the authority, the ones with power in this world. You see, he's coming back to destroy it. All right, and he's gonna put in his own government. All right, which is gonna be followed after righteousness, man. You see. Now, when you go to Daniel, all right, which is the vision that Daniel had, which he saw, it's Daniel chapter 7, verse 19. Is it 18? Yep. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. All right. When you go into this word take, it means to seize by force. All right. To receive, to acquire. All right. I'll read it and I get the other word in the etymology. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. It didn't say, plead for it or beg or go to court for it. It said, take the kingdom, man, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All right. And this kingdom that is going to be set up under Yahushua is going to be an everlasting kingdom too. So when he comes back and take the power from those who sit in the power seat, he's ultimately coming back, all right, and ruling forever. So it ain't gonna be no more terms of these different heathen getting a chance to rule, man. All right, they had their chances. Now it's our time, all right, which we're gonna be the ones to rule and reign under Yahushua, all right, as we're preaching the downfall of this wicked kingdom, all right, and we'll also heralding, ushering in the kingdom to come, man, which is gonna be followed, in righteousness, all right, or else, you see. But What's the point in that? So, like I said, it should be a fairly quick lesson. You know, something I was meditating on. Just wanted to get it off, right? So this Jeremiah 16:16, because I said one thing, that we are heralds, all right, ushering the kingdom now, saying that this is coming very shortly, right? Being those ambassadors, telling you what's getting ready to happen, all right? The prophets, you see, before it happens. So it says, Jeremiah 16:16, it says, behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. All right, which we're doing now, all right, fishing for the rest of the elect, all right? And that's what the Lord has set up his men to do, to fish for the rest of the elect, those that are predestinated and slated for salvation, man, all right? Now it says, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You see? So the Lord is going to turn those fishers into actual hunters, man. All right? He's going to turn the fishers into actual hunters. You see? And they're going to do what? Hunt the ones that sit in the power seats, man. All right? Because America will be totally destroyed, but there will be other parts of the world that won't be hit with nuclear missiles. You see? Everywhere on the planet Earth won't be hit with nuclear missiles. We just know, according to biblical prophecy, that America will be totally annihilated. All right? It shall be left nor root nor branch, man, as it says in Malachi. All right? But these other nations, they're going to have to get down or lay down, man. All right? And which they think they have next. Well, you don't have next, man. Yahushua got next. All right? And Israel got next, man. All right? Yeah, it says from every hill, out of the holes and the rocks. So even those, you know, you got your bunkers, you might survive. You got your space bunkers, all right? You got your bunkers in the ground, right? You got your underwater bunkers, all right? It said the hunters is going to hunt them from out of every mountain, every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks, man, all right? And that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't want this, I would be a part of that number, man, all right? Get you the hell up out of here, man. You see? And if you don't want to get with the program, well, what? Just be off with your head, man. All right. Even you Jakes, man, that's gonna be scattered throughout these different parts. All right. As Yahushua said, those that would not that I will reign, bring them hither and slay them before me, man. You know. And this is what's coming. This kingdom being taken. All right. Now, this the word take, as I mentioned earlier. It says to grip, to seize by force. You see? To seize by force, man. So if you take something, you seize it by force, meaning the other person didn't want you to have it. All right? And these devils actually going to fight against the Lord, man. You know? I'll tell you that in Revelation, the 12th chapter, right? Let's get it real quick. It's Revelation 12 and verse 7. It says, and there was a war in heaven, all right, which is going into the Shemayim, all right, which is, you know, the skies, all right, in which when the spiritual realm and the physical realm actually clash, all right, which we're going to get in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. Now it says, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, all right, which Michael, he's the first in command under Yahushua, all right. Michael Allah, the angel Michael Allah, one who is like the Most High, all right? He's the chief angel, man, all right? He's coming back to do what? Wage war with Yahushua, you see? And his angels fought against the dragon, which represents Esau, Edom, and the dragon fought against his angels and prevailed not, you see? It says in the NLT, and the dragon lost the battle, and he and his angels were forced out of heaven. All right, which it says neither was their place found in heaven anymore in heaven, which represents this the condition that they're in now. All right, because they're in their heavenly estate. They have all the power. All right, they have all the money. They have all the people in subjection. You see, but they're going to be cast down, man. All right, as it says in the next verse, they're going to be cast down, and they're going to be in hell. All right, as we are in hell now, because hell is just a condition. You see, as Jonah said, I'm in a the belly of hell, right? Roughly paraphrasing. You know, it's just a condition, man. There's no such thing as, you know, you go and the whole Greek mythology of hell, man. All right, there's no such thing. These people, these Edomites, these so-called white people who rule the world now, they're getting ready to go to hell. All right, literally. Now I said I was gonna go to 2nd Esdras 13. All right, I'll probably get one more and get out of here just real quick. 2nd Esdras 13, I believe it's 30. 31. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. All right, which goes into the spiritual realm. All right, against this physical realm here. All right, when Yahushua, Michael, and the angels crack them clouds, man. All right, it's gonna be on. You see, as you right out of the movie Independence Day, because these devils know what's coming. You know, why do you think they got a space station? They have all these intricate microscopes to look into the space, because they're trying to plan for when the Lord's coming, man. Don't be deceived by these devices, man. All right, the ones in control, the rulers of this world, they know what's up. All right, they watch the elder apostles, man. They watch different brothers' pages, man. All right, because they know who the true prophets are. You see, and they're watching to see when Yahushua is going to make his return. All right, now we know certain prophecies have to come to pass first. All right, but we know that we're close, and they're watching for the prophecies as well. You know, but that was pretty much it. See if I had anything else bookmarked. Yep, I ended off in Revelation 11, in chapter 14. It says, the second one was past, and behold, a third woe coming quickly, which is the Third World's War. All right, we know that in the midst of the Third World's War, that after the RFID micro CHIP has been mandated, all right, Yahushua can make his grand entrance at any moment, right? Which is why it says in verse 15, and the seven angels sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. All right, and there's going to be all kind of different trumpets, all right, ram's horns, all these different sounds, and people are going to be afraid, man. All right, when they hear these sounds going off. But brothers that's alive and remain, they're going to be rejoicing, knowing that, hey, what, our redemption draweth nigh, man. All right, and our big brother Yahushua HaMashiach is here to get us, man. You know, I don't want Ratazah, we be a part of that righteous number. You see? But that was pretty much the point, all right, in which the angel said, what, the kingdoms of this world become the kingdoms of our Lord. All right, and what, he's getting ready to put all of you nations into subjection, man. All right, get down or lay down. You know, it's nothing like, you get into a fight, you may be getting jumped, all right, and your big brother show up, and everybody, those scenes from the cartoons, movies, whatever, your big brother show up, and everybody's scared, sitting there, he walks up on everybody all, cocky, strong, like he got steam coming out of his nose and his ears. All right, he's ready to go to war for you, man. Well, that's how the Lord's coming back for his men. All right, for the elect, man, and also to put you heed the nations in the slavery. All right, and give you a harsh judgment, man. But that's pretty much the point, man. So I don't want Ratazah. This lesson was edifying. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and those who were millstone. Peace and blessings. Salutations be to the hopefully elect. Until next time, I say shalom.